police are once again looking into the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. The cold case from 1996 was recently reopened. 25-year-old Shakur was killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. Last week, police searched a Las Vegas home in connection to the murder, according to a warrant. It included computers, a copy of a Vibe magazine about Tupac, photographs, and other documents as well. All of that was taken from the home. For more on the investigation, we're joined by Lena Nozizwe. She's a journalist and the podcaster behind Tupac's Murder Was His Case. Lena, talk to us about the status of the investigation and why it's reopening now.
Well, I think that's a really good question as to why now. And I think there's maybe personnel change. Perhaps there's something that's happened in terms of somebody coming forward. It's not clear exactly what is the cause for the new investigation, but it is something quite remarkable after almost 27 years. And I will also say I did a story right after the murder happened. I did a podcast episode that aired last year, and the same characters are in it. Keefe, who was the target of the search warrant, was somebody I talked about in depth for the last episode of the podcast about Tupac's murder.
Lena, what has made this case so mysterious? Why has it been so hard to get to justice?
I think there are a few things. Some people would say it's because the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department wasn't really interested in it. My podcast focuses on one of the investigators, one of the original investigators, and he would say differently. There's also the issue is people wouldn't talk. There were a lot of folks that Las Vegas Metro wanted to talk to, and they couldn't. And as for Keefe, who was the target of the search warrant, they tried to talk to him, and they were on their way here in Los Angeles to interview him, and they were stopped. He was in federal prison at the time, right in the midst of the investigation.
And Lena, Tupac and Biggie's death, of course, have been connected over the years because of their history together. I understand that you talked to Biggie's mom. What does she think about Tupac's cold case, and does she hope that maybe this reopening could bring some answers into Biggie's murder?
Well, you certainly do find a lot of people very much in love with Tupac and Biggie in the course of doing a story like this. But in meeting Valletta Wallace, it was really clear that she really cared so much about finding justice. And I will also say Brent Becker, who was one of the original investigators, had mentioned that there was a lot more to go on in Biggie's case at the beginning. There is a composite sketch. There has been one. And again, Biggie was shot and killed 6 months after Tupac was. So there was more to go on, more witnesses. I know that there is a great amount of hope that something will happen as a result of what's happened with Tupac's case, because both of them will be eternally linked.
Lena Nozizwe, she is the host of the podcast Tupac's Murder Was His Case. Thank you so much.
Thank you.